Hello, my name's Paul Gilbert, and it's an honor and a delight to be able to tell you that we're going to be joined in our conference this year to the 9th of October for the conference Transforming Minds Through Compassion. We're going to be joined by Dan Siegel. And let me tell you a little bit about him, and then he'll tell you a little bit about what he's going to cover with us. He's an incredibly productive individual. So he is clinical professor of psychiatry at UCL School of Medicine and the founding co-director of Mindful Awareness Research Center at UCLA. He's also the executive director of the Mindsight Institute, which focuses on the development of mindsight. It teaches insight, empathy, and integration in individuals, families, and communities. Now, you can see he's published lots of books, and he has 5 New York bestsellers, which is an amazing achievement. One of his most recent books is Intra-Connected, and I did an interview with him that you can see on our website about his experience and how he came to the insights that he has. Without more ado, let me introduce you to what he's going to be talking about, and this is to do with his new book called Personality and Wholeness in Therapy. So he has a workshop on the 9 domains of integration and then a keynote on the 7th. So just amazing. I've learned so much from him over the years. So Dan, great. So can you tell us a little bit about what it is you're planning to provide for us when you come and see us in October?
Absolutely. Well, the idea of transforming minds through compassion is such a great theme. And what I'm going to do is really try to build on that and dive deeply into what are called 9 domains of integration. So I hope to have really a fruitful conversation with everyone in the compassion community at the workshop and even through the keynote, where we're going to look at these 9 domains: the integration of consciousness, which means how do you allow the differentiation of the awareness from that which you're aware of and how you link those together. So integration in general is differentiation and linkage. We'll look at understanding the right and left sides of the brain for bilateral integration and how that can promote compassion as well. We'll look at vertical integration, where the individual gets in touch with their body and the sensations of their body, and how that is fundamental to the way we understand compassion emerges. We'll then look at something called memory integration, which is how do you actually take what you've stored about your experiences and really allow yourself to open even to things that were extremely difficult. So having internal compassion is a very important aspect of opening to these various memory encodings. And then how you make sense of that brings up the next domain, which is the domain of narrative integration, how we make sense of our lives and tell a coherent story of our lives. And then we'll get into what's called state integration, which is basically how we have different states. And sometimes you may not want a playful part of you to exist when in fact you're a very serious aspect of who you are. All these different states need to be differentiated and linked to be integrated for a truly compassionate mind to be transformed from what's sometimes internal harshness to kind of kind regard. We'll then look at interpersonal integration and how our relationships fundamentally are built from kindness and compassion. And then the final 2 forms of integration will be diving deeply into what you can call temporal integration, time, and really looking at what time means both from a point of having a body and living in Newtonian time, where you get about 100 years to live in these bodies, but also what does it mean to feel compassion for the ancestors that preceded us and for the descendants that will follow us. So having a truly compassionate approach to life would mean embracing something beyond just the 100 years that your body's alive and feeling that connection to something larger. And then finally, identity integration, this 9th domain, we'll see emerges when the other 8 are worked on. And this is where we talked in the Intra-Connected book about you're not just a me, you're really also a we, and how the self can be seen as a center of experience with SPA, subjective experience, P, perspective, and A, agency. So transforming our minds through compassion can build on all these 9 domains, including identity integration, where you realize you're not just a me, you're not only a we, you combine them as a we, an integrated identity. So we'll explore those in a deep way, and we'll even go over a movement series that you can practice at home that allows you to embody this in a mindful movement series that is building on modern dance, Qigong, and Tai Chi. And so you'll have a take-home set of exercises to really reinforce learning about these 9 domains of integration.
That's amazing. That's fantastic. And can I say that for the compassion-focused group, you'll find this a wonderful resource, and it fits to our, as you know, our 7 functions of therapy: the increasing awareness, the ability to differentiate what you're aware of, the ability to tolerate, the ability to transform, cultivation of compassion, and so on. So you'll find Dan's workshops and talk just amazing, such a rich source of experience and wonder, and I shall certainly be there. Dan, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us about your amazing work, and I know so many of us are so excited that you're coming to be with us this year.
Thanks, Paul. I'm really excited to be with you, and it's an honor to be invited to come, and I look forward to joining in the celebration at our gathering.
Thank you.
Thank you.